Hey guys, welcome back. Hope everyone's having a good day. Just a quick welcome if there's any newcomers. Welcome. I hope that part of the reason you probably clicked on my video is because you're curious about God or you're interested, or maybe you've tried to read the Bible before and weren't successful. I have been sharing my journey since day one of reading the Bible and bringing God into my life, and it's been all over the place, but it's been the best thing I ever did, bringing God into my life. So I've been getting to know Him through reading the Bible and praying, and my full journey so far is on a playlist on my channel. You can start from day one. You can start from now if you want, but if you've never read the Bible before, I recommend starting at the beginning. Day 1 and 2 are the only days that don't have the recording of the chapters. You'll need to look those up yourself. All the rest of them do. And I will be sharing my entire journey through the end of the Bible. So please welcome, join me, give God a chance. It'll be honestly the best thing you will ever do. So, and if you're not sure where to begin, just take a moment by yourself, maybe in your closet, bathroom, car, somewhere private, and just try praying to God and asking Him for help or guidance or something, to reveal Himself to you. Somehow, I don't know, show you a sign, who knows, but that's a good place to start. So, let's get into today's chapters. We are still on Psalms, which is a pretty long book, and it's taking a little while, but like I've said before, I don't want to rush things. I am happy that I am taking my time getting to know God, and I'm not trying to like rush it and like do too much each day because, I'm still have a life. I have a daughter, I have a family, I have things to do, like I can't just, sit around and read the Bible all day. So I'm just taking it a little bit at each day at a time, and then also praying. So um, those are the two best things you can do to start your journey with God is prayer and reading the Bible. So let's get into it.
Men ate angels' food. He sent them food to the full. He caused an east wind to blow in the heavens, and by his power he brought in the south wind. He also rained meat on them like the dust, feathered fowl like the sand of the seas, and he let them fall in the midst of their camp, all around their dwellings. So they ate and were well filled, for he gave them their own desire. They were not deprived of their craving, but while their food was still in their mouths, the wrath of God came against them, and slew the stoutest of them, and struck down the choice men of Israel. In spite of this, they still sinned, and did not believe in his wondrous works.
I literally cannot fathom that. I cannot fathom seeing the things that they've seen from God and then still actively sinning. There's a difference between sinning and like purposefully, ugh, that's a hard word, sorry. Purposefully, sorry. I struggle with words sometimes. Just ignore me. Anyways, and and sinning on purpose. So those are two different things. You naturally sin sometimes, like maybe you lie and you just don't even realize it. Like you just kind of do it, like a white lie or whatever. And then there's just straight up, like, you're lying, you know what you're doing, and it's malicious and mean. I feel like those are two different things. And then also just not believing in the things that he did. Like that also, I just can't fathom that. Like, I can't fathom, like before I had brought God into my life, yeah, I mean, I still sinned, but I sinned a lot. But I didn't really know that I was sinning some of the things. Like, I didn't know. I was confused. I was lost, dark times. Now, though, that I've brought God into my life and I'm learning more, I'm like, oh, okay, like, I don't want to, like, lie at all. I'm trying to work on my gossiping. I'm trying to work on, not, I don't know if cursing is a sin, but I'm trying to stop doing that. I'm trying to, like, really just have God, transform me into a better person, overall, and, now when I do something, it's like if I'm gonna do it on purpose, something bad or like sinning, like if I'm going to lie on purpose, I feel bad about it. Um, I don't like lie horribly or anything. It's more like, when you don't want to hurt someone's feelings or something like that, you lie a little bit. But I don't like to. I try not to, because it upsets me now. Before, it's like, yeah, whatever. It was normal. Like, but now I'm like, no, no, no. Like, I can't be doing that. Like I'm really trying to like follow the guidance that God has given us for our lives as humans, because there's a reason for that, like He wants us to be good and do better and be morally good, and it feels good to be that way, like to be a good person. So I don't know, I literally cannot fathom that they still just like turned their back on Him after everything they saw. I can't, it blows my mind.
Therefore their days he consumed in futility, and their years in fear. When he slew them, then they sought him, and they returned and sought earnestly for God. Then they remembered that God was their rock, and the Most High God their Redeemer. Nevertheless, they flattered him with their mouth, and they lied to him with their tongue, for their heart was not steadfast with him, nor were they faithful in his covenant. But he, being full of compassion, forgave their iniquity, and did not destroy them. Yes, many a time he turned his anger away, and did not stir up all his wrath. For he remembered that they were but flesh, a breath that passes away and does not come again. How often they provoked him in the wilderness, and grieved him in the desert. Yes, again and again they tempted God, and limited the Holy One of Israel. They did not remember his power, the day when he redeemed them from the enemy, when he worked his signs in Egypt, and his wonders in the field of Zoan, turned their rivers into blood, and their streams, that they could not drink. He sent swarms of flies among them, which devoured them, and frogs, which destroyed them. He also gave their crops to the caterpillar, and their labor to the locust. He destroyed their vines with hail, and their sycamore trees with frost. He also gave up their cattle to the hail, and their flocks to fiery lightning. He cast on them the fierceness of his anger, wrath, indignation, and trouble, by sending angels of destruction among them. He made a path for his anger. He did not spare their soul from death, but gave their life over to the plague, and destroyed all the firstborn in Egypt, the first of their strength in the tents of Ham. But he made his own people go forth like sheep, and guided them in the wilderness like a flock. And he led them on safely, so that they did not fear. But the sea overwhelmed their enemies, and he brought them to his holy border, this mountain which his right hand had acquired. He also drove out the nations before them, allotted them an inheritance by survey, and made the tribes of Israel dwell in their tents. Yet they tested and provoked the Most High God, and did not keep his testimonies, but turned back and acted unfaithfully like their fathers. They were turned aside like a deceitful bow, for they provoked him to anger with their high places, and moved him to jealousy with their carved images. When God heard this, he was furious, and greatly abhorred Israel, so that he forsook the tabernacle of Shiloh, the tent he had placed among men, and delivered his strength into captivity, and his glory into the enemy's hand. He also gave his people over to the sword, and was furious with his inheritance. The fire consumed their young men, and their maidens were not given in marriage. Their priests fell by the sword, and their widows made no lamentation. Then the Lord awoke as from sleep, like a mighty man who shouts because of wine, and he beat back his enemies. He put them to a perpetual reproach. Moreover, he rejected the tent of Joseph, and did not choose the tribe of Ephraim, but chose the tribe of Judah, Mount Zion, which he loved. And he built his sanctuary like the heights, like the earth which he has established forever. He also chose David his servant, and took him from the sheepfolds. From following the ewes that had young he brought him, to shepherd Jacob his people, and Israel his inheritance. So he shepherded them according to the integrity of his heart, and guided them by the skillfulness of his hands.
All right, guys, there we have it. I still just can't, like, it amazes me how the Israelites just continually turn their back on God. Like, now that God is in my life and I've like received him and my eyes have been open to him, and I'm like, oh yes, like I believe. And even if there's days where I, there's days where I've been angry at God for, certain reasons, I still can't fathom turning my back on him now that I know of him and believe in him and see him, for what he is. Like, he's the creator of all of this, of our universe, everything, of us. And he wants the best for us and loves us. And I just can't, and there's harsh realities of the world, like that you can't, not everything can just be butterflies and sunshine and roses every day and all the time. Like, it's just not how things work. But now that like I know of God and I'm getting to know him and reading his word, I can't even fathom like turning my back on him. But like I said the other day, I can't judge these people because I wasn't there and I wasn't in their shoes, so it's hard. But I definitely can say that it's difficult to understand. So, but I don't know. Anyways, well, tomorrow is 4th of July, so I will be going out of town. I will not be making a video tomorrow. I should hopefully have time to make one on Friday, though. So I will see you guys either Friday or Saturday. So I hope everyone has a good day, start of their weekend, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.